Welcome to Shaping Science, a collection of videos from the voices that are shaping science today. I'm Yuni Wang from Drug Discovery News, and today I'm joined by Veronique Baron from BPS Bioscience. BPS Bioscience is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, and we'll be taking a closer look at how the company has grown, evolved, and helped researchers accelerate discovery across many areas of biotechnology. Without further ado, let's get into it. Hi, Veronique. How are you doing?
Hi, very good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us today. So first of all, BPS Bioscience is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. What's the company's origin story and how it has grown into the organization it is today?
So we were founded in 2005. So this year is actually our 20th birthday. Initially, we were producing recombinant proteins, active enzymes for drug discovery projects. So if I remember correctly, our first enzyme was the sphingosine kinase, and that's a lipid kinase that was pretty difficult to make, and it was also fairly difficult to measure its enzymatic activity. So Henry Zhu, our founder and our CEO, at the time was speaking to scientists in the pharmaceutical industry, and these people were telling him, "We're having issues producing the enzyme in house. We can't find it commercially. My project is stuck." And so he saw a gap in the market really, and decided to produce the company, measure the enzymatic activity, offer it as a product or as a service. And it became quite successful. And so he went from there. Really, it established the company as an enzyme production company, and it also established our quality for this product. So now the company has grown quite a bit. We're about 90 people. So we have moved a couple times within San Diego just to accommodate our growth. The last time we moved was in 2020, so about 5 years ago when we moved to our current location here. So in 20 years, the catalog has increased quite a bit. We now have over 5,000 products that are off the shelf. Um, we also offer services, so we do a lot of custom development for scientists. We develop assays, we develop cell line for them. And our off-the-shelf products now include cell lines and lentiviruses, AAVs, and so forth. So we operate in different capacities, right, as a tool provider and as a service provider.
That's incredible. And as you just mentioned, BPS has expanded from recombinant enzymes into assays, cell lines, and immunotherapy tools. So, what has been the driving force behind that transition? And were there any challenges or opportunities that came with it?
Yes. So I think that the expansion into developing new types of product has been driven by the evolution of the science and therapeutic approaches and the needs of biopharma to um, adapt to this evolution. So scientists now need more advanced tools to evaluate their hypotheses or their candidates, especially in areas such as gene therapy, for example, or adoptive cell therapy. So to respond to these needs, we have developed, for example, reporter cells that allow scientists to study compounds in a cellular environment, but we've also built more recently a really comprehensive portfolio of tools to support the development of next generation therapies. And so I can name CAR T cells, TCR T cells, uh, CAR NK cells, and so forth. So we now are offering tools and services that expand into really new generation of therapies. So of course this has not been without challenges, right? Growing the catalog and growing the team has required a lot of investment on the part of the company, the recruitment of very high skilled scientists, the implementation of very stringent quality control measures. So all of these efforts, I think, have established us as a leading service and tool provider for the industry.
That's great. It's great to hear that the company has grown and co-evolved with science and research over the years. So, if you had to highlight one breakthrough that best captures BPS impact, what would it be?
I would say that the COVID-19 pandemic was a defining moment for us. There was a very urgent need for scientists to develop new treatments and new diagnostic tests for a disease that nobody knew anything about. And everyone in the industry, as I remember it, wanted to respond to the pandemic in some capacity. So at BPS Bioscience, we also felt compelled to adapt rapidly, right? And we wanted to support this global research effort. So we very quickly developed COVID related products. At first, they included proteins, antibodies, assay kits, and these were geared mostly to help diagnostic companies. And then we developed cell lines and pseudovirus systems that were modeling the infection, and that was more geared toward pharmaceutical companies who were developing inhibitors of infection. So we launched about 250 COVID related products in just 2 years. And I think we helped diagnostic and pharma companies develop tests or therapeutics much faster than they would have otherwise.
Wow, that's really impressive.
I think the experience highlighted how critical it is for us to remain nimble and responsive to address these new situations. So we are a very, very fast paced company.
That's great to hear. So, working as a scientist at BPS Bioscience, how would you describe the core values and what makes it a unique and rewarding place to work?
So our motto is scientist driven, scientist founded. Most of the staff are scientists, right? We have about 40% of staff here that hold a PhD. BPS Bioscience really encourages creativity and constant learning and excellence. So, as a scientist myself, I especially enjoy remaining current with the science, reading scientific papers, learning about novel technologies. This is encouraged, this is part of our job. And so that's very rewarding for a scientist to stay on top of it. Um, in addition, I think teamwork is very important here. So, surely one of the reasons that we're being successful. We also take pride in providing a lot of customization to the scientists who work with us. For example, in assay development, in cell line development, we really try to fulfill their need and to answer to their specific problems. So we offer screening and profiling and customization. We have an excellent customer service. And in many situations, we act more as a boutique CRO. So we really provide tailored solution to scientists who are working on niche projects. And because their project is not mainstream, maybe they're not finding the tools that they need. So I think being scientists, we truly understand the scientific context behind what customers are requesting, and we're able to design the tools that are directly relevant to them and to their research needs. So it also builds trust with our customers, right? We speak the same language. We make it a priority to ensure that they can connect directly with our scientists. So that allows us to fully understand what they're trying to achieve and to work with them very closely and meet their specific goals.
That's awesome. It sounds like a really inspiring environment. That's great. So, lastly, how do you envision the next 20 years for BPS Bioscience, and what do you hope people will say about it?
Yes, I believe that Henry's leadership and his vision have really been a main source of our success. He's brought together a very creative team who pursue scientific innovation and also pursue excellence. He's realized that building a successful business is not only about knowledge and expertise, so he has built a team oriented he's pushed a team oriented mindset at the company. And He's also favored very strong customer relationships, effective marketing. He's strengthened financial management, and all of this is contributing to the growth of the company. For most of us at BPS Bioscience and for myself, it's important that we support scientific research and drug development efforts because we feel that we're allowing new therapies to come to the clinic faster. So it has a benefit to society as a whole. And the availability of tools is kind of critical to advance any project. So you can't move as fast with a scientific project if you have to build yourself all of the tools that you need. You may also not have the expertise, for example, for a particular project, you may not have very strong gene editing expertise, or you may not have experience with CRISPR, for example, but we do. So we can provide them with this expertise that they need, and we help them evaluate their hypothesis without having to establish the laboratory infrastructure or without having to acquire this specialized expertise. So I think this continued vision from Henry to really help scientists and provide the tools that they need is what will keep us going. We will stay, we will stay aware of the new therapeutics that are being developed, and we will try to fulfill the needs of the scientific community by providing them innovative tools and more services.
Sounds great. That's an exciting vision, and really looking forward to seeing what your team will accomplish in the
Yeah,
future.
thank you.
Well, thank you so much again, Veronique.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be with you today.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos for more expert insights. Together, we're shaping science. I'll see you next time.